first fashion association in Canada, Saskatchewan Fashion Association. At this time, I just want to introduce our board members. So there's myself, along with Jacqueline Conway, our vice president, and then Melissa Squire, one of our executive directors, along with Celine Dupuis, our other executive director. So right now, the four of us make our board. We are a membership-based organization, so we are here to be your voice. We will be holding an AGM once a year, and we will be electing our board members up to 8 per year. We will be filling the other 4 throughout the year, but we are waiting to see how our membership base pans out and who comes forward with wanting those positions. All right, so today we're going to take a brief look at the history of fashion, where we came from with us as well as Regina. We have 2 guest speakers with us today. We have Carmen from the Craft Council, and as well as Linda from Sask Galleries. They're both going to take the opportunity to come up and explain how the associations work within their industries and how they've benefited their community. We're then going to go into some of the research highlights that we did with a survey that came out earlier this year. And then we're going to introduce you to the Saskatchewan Fashion Association, our strategic plan, and then we'll wrap up with a question and answer. So any questions that you have throughout, though, please feel free to ask at that time. But of course, you can always ask when we're finished. Okay, so a brief history of what we've done in the past 9 years. So we're going to go through where we were, what we did, where we are now, the importance of collaboration, the other side of fashion, and how associations advance industries. So where we were. So in 2010 is when we started Saskatoon Fashion and Design Festival. There was a disconnect with our fashion culture in Saskatoon and Saskatchewan. Fashion handmade in local markets were very rare, near impossible for the public to find designers, models, photographers, as well the fashion community was very dispersed and scattered and very minimal. So what we did is we founded Saskatoon Fashion and Design Festival. It was a collaboration of professionals creating a hub for the fashion community. We brought together artistic collection of Saskatoon and Saskatchewan's finest fashion, music, and dance talent to produce an annual event and community showcase. We offered a marketplace space for artisans and designers to sell their work. So really our main goal with starting that was to create a hub, bring the community together, and create a platform where they could showcase their work and create awareness and sales. So through that, we created our 4-day festival. It included the free outdoor show, the marketplace, the high-end presentation, styling workshops, VIP receptions, and industry mixers. And at the heart of SFDF was our pose and runway events. SFDF Pose took place out at River Landing. It was a free community event, and it was one of the largest, it is to date, still the largest outdoor fashion event that's taken place in Western Canada. The event drew on average 2,000 to 4,000 attendees annually. Next up, we had our high-end presentation on the runways. So these started in Mercedes-Benz. This created an opportunity for models, photographers, and designers to showcase on a platform right here in Saskatchewan, create their portfolios, and portfolio building, the hands-on runway experience, and a stepping stone to be able to apply for the larger events such as New York Fashion Week, Vancouver Fashion Week, etc. Next up, then we introduced the conference. So after year 5, throughout the first 5 years, we really listened to the community. We expanded, we changed, we molded. In year 5, we introduced a conference. What we learned is, as young entrepreneurs and established, we still needed help with business, marketing, finance, etc. So we were here to supply that for you. So we introduced a 2-day conference, the first one being open to all industries. So it was really geared towards marketing and business. The second day was really geared towards peer-to-peer sharing between designers. We did photography workshops as well as model workshops. And our keynote speakers, I'd like to say, was in business management, marketing, design, and so much more. This was so important for our industry. So we ran this conference for 3 years. We've seen great growth in it, and we are really excited to bring it back. So where we are now. So we've developed relationships and collaborations between the designers, models, and industry contributors, and we flourished within our province. SFDF created the platform to bring the sector and community together in Saskatoon, and Saskatchewan Fashion Week created the presentation and selling opportunities in Regina through their annual event. The partnerships developed with media and print publications coming up with innovative ways to promote our sector on national levels. So the work of SFDF and SFW have laid the foundation for the network that planted the seed for this association. So without those 9 years of hard work, data collecting, and growing as a community, we wouldn't be where we are today. So what is an association? So in general, an association is a group of persons banded together for a specific purpose, a sense of community, coordinating at the heart of the association profession. People join associations because they want to come work together on a common cause or interest. So what are the benefits of belonging to a professional association? Professionalism, networking, career opportunity, grants, training, advocacy, socializing, and considerations. So at this time, I'm going to welcome Melissa Squire to come up and say a few words on why it's important for the fashion industry to collaborate and work together.
So I've been in the industry for quite a few years. I've been in fashion design for 12 years now. My shop, Alchemy Collective, has been open for about 9.5. And yeah, we started about the same time as SFDF, and I've been kind of rolling with the stuff that they do since the beginning. But then there wasn't a lot. There was, like, I was doing craft shows and some random trade shows and things like that. It was really hard to find models. It was really hard to find any type of fashion event at all. So with opening my shop, I guess one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do that is to create a space where creative minds and where we could all basically collaborate. So my shop has a salon in the back, and we have makeup artists and hairstylists as well. We work really closely with a lot of different photographers in the city. And it was basically to make like a home base for collaboration and sort of create a community that we could rely on, so we could have trade relationships with people, so that you didn't always have to shell out a whole bunch of money to do a photo shoot, because everybody can be mutually beneficial and work on their portfolios and kind of do things on trade. So and then also I figured out that, like, when I was starting out, if somebody were to approach me to say, hey, do you want to be part of this organization or this like creative, then it would have been a lot more beneficial for me than just going to a bunch of different craft shows throughout the year, because you can do that for so long, but eventually you want to be available, have your stuff available all the time. So yeah, we worked really hard creating relationships with different photographers and models and hairstylists and makeup artists to create that community, so that we had a base of people to work with. And I found that it was a lot easier once we had that sense of community, to be able to facilitate photo shoots and things like that a lot easier, and we all grew with the help of each other. So everything became a lot more professional. We learned a lot. We came from, like, just really, really bare bones things, and gradually working on shows and putting things together. Every time you do a show, oh, that's how that should go. Okay, note that for next time. So over the decade or so of working on things like that, things have gotten a lot better. We've learned a lot, and we've definitely grown as a community and as individuals. And also working together, I think that we all benefit, because when it's just one person looking for suppliers and things like that, it's harder to find. But when you collaborate, we all have a bigger voice when we all speak together. So yeah, that's kind of the importance of collaboration and having a collective.
Perfect. Thanks, Melissa. So next up, I want to invite Celine Dupuis. She owns Revamped Salon, and she's going to talk about how the hair and makeup industry is going to benefit from our association.
Great, thanks. So hello, everyone. My name's Celine Dupuis. I own Revamped Salon Company. I've been a hairstylist for 15 years. I'm also a global educator for Redken Fifth Avenue. So one of the things that I love about the Fashion Association, and the reason I think we need it, is I love that it's more than just, obviously fashion starts with designers. You need models, but that doesn't happen if you don't have the beauty squad. So makeup artists, having great photographers, and having hairstylists, really you need all of that. Melissa talked about it, collaboration, right? You can't have one without the other. So I think it's fantastic that there's opportunities for everybody who is involved in some way or another in this industry to be able to get together and have a collective place where you can find what you need when you need it. So when I first started doing hair, I was really interested in session styling, and I've recently found it's not my forte. We all have different things that we love to do, but it was really hard getting into it. So how do you even meet designers to, dress models? Do you just find someone off the street and put an outfit on them and style their hair? How does this all happen? So being able to have a directory and a community of people where you have contacts, you can say, here's local designers, hairdressers, makeup artists. I think that this industry in general in the past has been very cutthroat and very it's like owning a business, right? But I think the only person you're in competition with really is yourself. And I think there's a whole movement happening. The hashtag artists supporting artists is really big in the hair industry, and I've seen it as well in fashion and the makeup industry. And it's really about coming together as a team, because when you support other people and lift other people up, magic can happen. So being able to, have a membership and have access to the different workshops that are going to be put on. For me, what I teach with Redken, I go all over North America, and the biggest thing I'm finding that hairstylists and makeup artists are struggling with is their earning potential. So 5% of salons across North America are profitable, which means 95% of salons are not profitable. So what that tells me, and what I really love about what Mandy and Jacqueline are bringing to the table, is it's a lot about business. Right? It's great when you can do something that you love, but also you have a larger platform to do it. If you're able to actually earn money doing it, it creates jobs for other people, it creates relationships, and it creates opportunities. So that's, I think, one of the things that I'm most excited for. And I feel like speaking on behalf of makeup artists and hairstylists, I think that's how we can benefit the most, is being able to be connected with other creatives in our own community, giving us an opportunity to network, grow our businesses, and really to learn how to take it to the next level. So you don't have to be, the most amazing makeup artist or the most amazing hairdresser, or you may already be that, right? But there's always something to learn, no matter how long you've done it. So when we can work together, I think we can get a lot more accomplished. So we're excited you're here. Thank you for coming, and I look forward to connecting with all of you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Lynn. All right. Okay, so now I'd like to invite up Carmen from the Craft Council. And really, the point of having the Craft Council and the Sask Galleries here to speak today is really to show what established associations have done with the industry. So I'd like to welcome Carmen to come up.
Hi, everybody. I'm Carmen Milankovic. I'm the Executive Director of the Saskatchewan Craft Council. Hi, Kathleen. And we're based in Saskatoon, but we serve the province with our programming. So I think what you're doing is really great, and that you should continue down this path, because what you'll see is what you can do with more people. The Saskatchewan Craft Council, we formed in 1975 with 57 people as our members. They came together because, for the most part, craftspeople, craft artists, worked in silos, alone in their homes, creating, and they wanted to get together to promote and raise their profile within the province, to improve the quality of their work, so by getting feedback from other artists, and to facilitate communication among their membership. Since that time, we've grown to about 350 members, province-wide, and in the 1990s, we purchased a building on Broadway Avenue, where we still are today. And our mission is to invite and connect the world to experience excellence in Saskatchewan craft. So I have one of the best jobs in Saskatoon. Just imagine descending down a staircase. My office is on the second floor of our building on Broadway. I come down 3 or 4 times a day to a gallery filled with beautiful, enticing, and thought-provoking art. And the exhibitions change every 6 to 8 weeks. And so when I've become saturated in style and approach and media and form through my daily visitations, the room changes and I begin my journey anew. In Saskatoon, we have a public gallery, the only one of its kind in Saskatchewan to feature craft. We present 6 exhibitions a year, including work from our members and from artists in the province and outside of the province. That's really important to us because we really believe in learning through other people, and so bringing in art from outside of the province is really important. We currently are featuring a Saskatoon stone carver. This exhibition just went up this week. His name is Robert Assey, and his work is his exhibition is called Stone Notes. It's really wonderful, and I invite you to come see it. In January, we're going to be showcasing Melanie Monique Rose, who is a Métis artist from Regina. She works in fiber, and she's been inspired by Ukrainian folk art and Métis beadwork. And then in March, we're going to have Nick Semenoff, who is a printmaker, and his work, he is renowned around the world for the innovation that he has done in printmaking. We also have a boutique in our building at the back of our gallery, which features the work of over 80 Saskatchewan artists. So it's really a wonderful hub for our craft workers. One of our members, Kathleen O'Grady, is here. She has worked in our boutique, her scarves. So she's one of those people that kind of cross jurisdictions. We found a home for her, but you can find a home for her as well. We take our craft, what I'm doing today for you is I'm kind of describing what we do as an organization so you could see what kind of possibilities there are for you as an organization. We also take our craft outside of our building to create opportunities where new audiences can find us. We participate in Art Now, Home Styles, and organize Wintergreen as a market for Regina. Art Now is a fine art fair that we work with Sask galleries on, and you're going to hear from Linda soon about that. Home Styles is a home show, and Wintergreen is a Christmas market. There are 3 entirely different audiences that come to those events, and that's one of the things that we're able to do is bring new and different audiences to our artists. We work with our members to help them become the success they want to be. So we've developed a professional practices program that focuses primarily on the business side of their work. We create longer form programs to equip artists on the development of their careers. We do one-on-one consultations to help artists describe their career path and then assist them from getting to A to B. So we help them figure out what it is that they need in terms of moving forward in their career. We have standards of quality programs. So we have a jurying process that in 18 different media, and only juried artists can participate in a number of our programs. For example, in our boutique program, in Art Now, those kinds of things, because our purpose is to bring fine craft to the audience, and so we have a standard of what that means. We provide opportunities for marketing and selling work outside the province. We have Global Affairs Canada has, in the last year, has purchased art from us to be part of their visual art collection. We send artists to the Toronto Gift Fair and to Salon de Métier des Arts in Quebec. In Montreal, we're having 3 artists go. Again, Kathleen's one of them, who's going to be going to the Salon, which is a wonderful, wonderful Christmas market in Montreal. And we're helping her get there. And we've taken artists to SOFA Chicago as well. So an association can help do that. It's hard as individuals to attempt those things. The costs are very high. We bear a lot of the costs. We provide the booth. We provide accommodation and travel, all that kind of thing. We do a lot of partnerships. We partner with the Conseil Économique of Saskatchewan, which is putting up what's called economusées throughout the province. And those are tourism opportunities that we're bringing our craft people to. We partner with galleries to do art now. And I'm sure that Linda will talk a little more about that. It's one of our best events. It's a biannual event that happens every other year in, like this, in 2020 it'll be Saskatoon, 2021 in Regina. We partner with the Saskatoon and Region Home Builders Association to showcase our artists at Home Styles. Again, a very different audience. We're developing new partners right now. Sarita, the Chamber of Commerce, STEP, Cities of Saskatoon and Regina, Global Gathering. We're reaching out in as many ways as we can. And that's something that is very challenging for individuals to do. So an organization really helps in that way. We belong to a national network. Now I know that you guys don't have that.
Not quite yet.
but we do, and we take advantage of it because we can't do everything on a national and international level by ourselves. So we work with our partners across the country. There's a craft council in every province and territory, and we have a national organization that is staffed, and we do things like 2020 is declared Craft Year 2020, so that's going to have a nationwide focus on the development of craft and shine a flashlight on that whole industry across the country. We, as a national organization, we've developed Citizens of Craft, and this is part of the campaign, and I'll run a little video at the end of this. But this is where we developed a 10-point manifesto to share, and people across the country can register on the website, and viewers can come to the website and find artists that they want to see in different areas of the country. We do exploratory international trade missions with the Canadian Crafts Federation. So for example, last year, a few people from the nationally went to London and the UK and did a whole research mission about what's possible and what they can do together. We're hosting a digital conference in March on behalf of the Canadian Crafts Federation to talk about where does craft fit into this whole digital world? How do we use digital technology? We're not looking at the making of craft, but how do we use digital technology to help us communicate better, to help us reach artists who are in far-flung places, to bring that discussion together. So that's going to be an interesting discussion. We celebrate successes. You're seeing here Jack Suris, who unfortunately has passed away just shortly after receiving this honor, but he won the 2018 Sadie Brockman Award, which is the highest award for craft in the country. So we celebrate those things. We help bring, we were instrumental in that application to get him nominated. We have Mary Lynn Podolak as one of our members, and she recently won the 2019 RBC Emerging Artist Award for the Saskatchewan Arts Award. She also participates in our salon program and has participated in many of our programs. We have a family business, Parsons Dietrich Pottery, who have taken part in our Toronto Gift Fair program, which is a wholesale program. And they have a great story because they used to do lots of craft markets across the province and in other provinces. But there'd always be that lull between January and March where there were no craft markets, there was no income coming in. And so they told me that they lived on credit cards from January to March, and then they'd start ramping up again, selling in kind of April. But with our wholesale program, they were able to start getting lots of orders from across the country. They are now seen in galleries and gift shops across the country. And it's, you know, it's not on spec. These people have put in orders to buy their work, to have in their galleries and to have in their gift shops. And recently they got a big purchase from the new museum. It used to be called the Museum of Civilization. Can't remember what it's now. It's changed its name, but they're in that gift shop, and and now they have revenue coming in all year round. It's changed their life. They brought through Creative Saskatchewan, they brought in their son into their business, and now they are looking at a succession plan of how to leave the business, because these guys were part of the original 57 who started the Craft Council. So we've got a whole group of people who are now going to start moving out of the business. So we're pretty proud of them because they've done a lot. We've got David Freeman from Timeless Instruments. He lives in Tegasky. Lots of craft is still produced in rural areas, and he operates a school to make instruments. He sells things online for supplies, wood, and whatever else he needs to make guitars. He's a luthier, and he gives courses. People come from all over the world to his place in Tegasky, where he's got accommodation and everything set up for them. And they do a 1-week course or 2-week course, and they build a guitar. And our big way of celebrating success is through our biannual program that we do called Dimensions. And Dimensions is a juried show. We get about 250 submissions for artwork. They actually bring it into our space. We set up a storefront in Market Mall. We bring in jurors from across the country to come and assess the work. 35 pieces are chosen that will then be part of the Dimensions tour, and the tour travels across the country or within the province. And we also then have a gala night, and out of those 35, we give out prizes to the best of the best. So we give out $12,500 worth of awards, and the top prize is a $3,000 award, and it's really appreciated. It really helps people, and it's a big celebration. So that happens every 2 years. We are supported by Creative Saskatchewan, and that has been a really important partnership for us too. They help us to really lay the foundation for economic development within our industry. We are one of those industries, probably like you too, that kind of straddle that line of art, creation, and business. And some of our members are artists to the core and don't like the business side, but they all like selling their work, and they all like being in the forefront. And so we're trying to bridge that gap and support those people and find ways for them to develop relationships, whether it's with a gallery like Linda's, or whether it's in a marketplace that's more suitable to them somewhere. But that's what we do for them. We try to support them. So I think I'm just going to give you a sense of what our Citizens of Craft campaign looks like.
Where have I been? Lost in the glare of the machine-stamped, blister-packed desert, where the disposable has had its way with me far too long, and the generic has intruded once too often, where I have been deafened by the impersonal din of the assembled, the automated, and the templated. And I have been alone, led on by the mass-produced promise that if I buy widget number 2865702, I will matter. But I've returned to the landscape shaped by the original and the unique, where lines and shape, texture and weight, color and shade are the language of 1,000 human stories. Some new, some familiar, all genuine. So go out, find something enduring and local. Share your passion for the real and the imaginative. Connect with things that are handmade. Surround yourself with the personality of craft. Celebrate your own unique expression, your respect for the traditional and the leading edge. Reclaim the authenticity of objects made by people, for people. Now is the time to stand up for craft and to declare ourselves as makers and appreciators. I am a citizen of craft. Are you?
So at this time, I would like to welcome up Linda from Sask Galleries, and she's also going to give us some insight on how she helps the industry.
And I'm sorry, I don't have any visuals today, but we invite you to join us at our galleries to see these amazing artworks. And thank you, Carmen, for sharing that clip. That's an amazing clip. I will never get tired of it. So, on behalf of Sask Galleries, thank you for inviting me here today to introduce our association to your members. My name is Linda Stark, and I'm full-time at the Gallery Art Placement, where I'm the gallery manager, and I'm also the president of Sask Galleries. So I'll just provide you with a brief sort of overview of what we do and how we benefited from the input of Creative Saskatchewan along the way. So to begin with, my congratulations on establishing the first ever fashion association within Canada. We have amazing talent within this province in so many areas, and your industry supports an amazingly diverse and innovative membership. As a fellow creative industry, we share at least one common trait. Both Sask Galleries and Sask Fashion are without provincial counterparts across Canada. So we too are challenged with finding networks, etc., that we can provide as models moving forward for our organization. As a leader in your industry, you face both a challenge as well as an incredible opportunity. A challenge because we often rely on our peers for advice, to network and share resources with. But as a provincially based entity within the industry, you are unique. And the opportunity is that your singularity forces you to reach beyond your immediate environment and to align yourself with supportive creatives, as you're already doing, in often vastly different markets. Creatives that can bring you honest and valuable feedback. Our members bring a range of experience and expertise, excitement, and fresh ideas to the table, as do yours. Now, a little bit about our history as Sask Galleries and the impact of Creative Saskatchewan over the last few years, as well as the other sectors that are under their umbrella. Sask Galleries, or the Saskatchewan Professional Art Galleries Association, was started as a not-for-profit in 1999 as a result of a direct request for provincial government coordination. You may remember Shrita from many years ago as a marketing arm of the government. This was one portion that was revamped into this other organization. Our members represent more than 600 Saskatchewan-based artists, in addition to other artists across Canada. Our mission is to promote, develop, and encourage the growth of Saskatchewan commercial art galleries who exhibit and sell original works of art. Quite simply, we love working with our artists. We also enjoy connecting our clients with artists in their community
and for our clients to understand the benefit of having original artwork in their lives, whether it's at the office or in their homes or both. For art placement, for example, we've been in business now for 41 years, and we're starting to see the second generation of collectors coming forward. It's a great experience to witness somebody else experiencing someone's work for the first time, getting excited, wanting to know more. So our commercial galleries within the province are doing a great job in terms of providing that education to visitors. We want people in our doors to see all the amazing artwork that's produced in the province. Many professional artists rely on Sask Gallery members for a significant portion of their livelihood. It's very important. We currently represent 14 established commercial art galleries in Saskatchewan, and we follow a common set of ethical standards and practices. When a potential client visits one of our members, they can have the confidence that they are dealing with a commercial gallery that represents professional artists whose art practice is, for the most part, with our gallery, their full-time job, that we pay the artists properly based on standard payment principles, that we price the artists fairly. Many of our artists, for example, at our gallery, but at many other commercial galleries across Saskatchewan, their artists have national followings, so they are shown throughout the country, and so we follow those set price schedules. It's very important for both the artist as well as the collector. And also that our gallerists, as part of this group, are knowledgeable about the artists and the art that they carry, and that we're an established business. And what we've seen over the last while is this movement towards online, away from bricks and mortar operation. We're trying to find a way to be, as an organization, increasingly inclusive. So we want to diversify our membership. We're a relatively small membership, and so we realize the importance of working in this larger community. And that would include the public galleries, the art collectives, and the other areas of the gallery industry. Sask Galleries is one of the 7 recognized creative industry associations funded by Creative Saskatchewan. Many of you may have worked with creative sectors such as Saskatchewan Craft Council, Sask Music, and Cynthia over the years. Our operation is based in Regina and has a volunteer board of directors, a full-time executive director, and a coordinator. Our executive director, Kristen Wagman, if you're ever in Regina, please stop by her office. She's a wonderful asset to our organization. She joined us in 2016, and as we say, hit the ground running. It's been a very busy time for her, but she's taken it all in stride. And with the encouragement and support of Creative Saskatchewan and our executive board over the last 4 years, our executive director and thus our group has flourished, and we're able to plan ahead. We know that annual budgets can be a very daunting thing. We want to project plans. We want to ensure that our community knows what our activities are and to be as transparent as possible. And in order to best highlight the diversity of art produced within the province, we've researched our market, of course, both within the province and outside, looking at a variety of programs and who can benefit amongst our membership from various programs. We understand we're quite small staffs within each of these gallery systems, and so to do an export market takes an amazing amount of planning, everything from shipping and insurance to how the exhibition is created and curated. One of the ways we do that is, of course, our professional development, and every year we look to hold workshops and seminars on things such as new technologies, understanding best practices, make marketing strategies. For example, we just had a branding session the other day on behalf of Sask Galleries, and it was interesting to look at the 12 different archetypes and where we might fit in. And I don't think I'm disclosing anything personal, but we came to the conclusion that we're caregivers. As much as we could see ourselves in these other archetypes that were presented, we realized ultimately we want to take care of our artists and we want to take care of our clients. And everything else falls into that. And so that's what we're going to focus on moving ahead. And it's always good, and you'll find that within your industry as well, to sit down every once in a while, not just at your AGM, and say, where are we? How do people perceive us? And is there anyone that we're missing out on? Any areas that we need to target and improve? Marketplace development. Over the last decades, we've explored new markets. We've participated in art fairs and exhibitions in Chicago, Miami, London, Bilbao. Between 2014 and 2016, we were host to a pop-up show in Scottsdale, Arizona. So every March, a group of us created a curated selection of work from our different galleries down in a central area in Scottsdale. It was a new market for us, but we knew that there were a number of snowbirds down there and that they might potentially be able to encourage the market and their friends and families that lived in the area to consider Saskatchewan art. One of the things that we found surprising was that many people separate their art collections and they say, when I'm in Arizona, I want Southwest, and when I'm in Saskatchewan, I want to see the artists that I recognize. So that was an interesting revelation to us. We did the pop-ups for 3 years and met some incredible collectors, and it was a good opportunity to see what a more sustained pop-up gallery could be for us in a different locale. Following our time in Arizona, we realized that we needed to focus on creating more awareness of our organization and our Saskatchewan artists right here at home, and to look past some of the hurdles that are naturally in place when you go to an export market down in the States or farther afield. And this led to the development of Art Now, which is our Saskatchewan Fine Art Fair. Since 2016, Sask Galleries has been fortunate to receive approval from Creative Saskatchewan to host the annual Art Now Fair, and plans are in place for 2020 in Saskatoon. So in alternating, as Carmen mentioned, between Regina and Saskatoon, we're happy to have both the Prairie Land and the Soundstage at Creative Sask as venues. They've worked out really well for us. And Saskatoon 2020 will be our 5th anniversary of the event, as well as our 20th anniversary as an organization, so we'll have a lot to celebrate. It's the most visible programming of our event, of our association, and it's an ongoing annual celebration of what we do and who our artists are. To coordinate the exhibition of over 600 works of art for a 3-day event in alternating cities obviously requires the greatest amount of human and financial resources within our sector that we can provide to that. We build momentum for the event throughout the year in many different ways with our Art Now Online.ca. It's a great source, and the galleries can contribute along the period previous to the fair to provide more ideas about what they will bring to the fair and new works that they'll reveal. We continue to attract new exhibiting galleries from outside the province, so Manitoba, Alberta. We hope at one point we can expand to become a Western Canadian art fair. A lot of that's dependent on the economy in the West currently, and so we're hoping it's, as a start, we can start with pop-up galleries and move on to a bigger rotating cities event. This year's Art Now will coincide with What Women Want, a Prairie Land 2-day event. So we're hoping to collaborate with that group and see if there's other potentials to bring in new audiences to the event. So we hope you can join us for Art Now in September, and we look forward to working with Sask fashion members in the future. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so moving on. So first off, I would like to say we are as well now being funded by Creative Saskatchewan to do the research to allow our fashion industry to be recognized as a sector in Saskatchewan, to be able to open up opportunity for each of you to be able to apply for those grants and provincial funding and government funding to do the same things that they were speaking of, where you can, helps with your travel costs, helps with you showcasing in other cities, paying those fees, etc., because they are very pricey. So a huge thank you to them. So yes, I would like to go over a quick snapshot of our fashion sector and where we are right now. So in March of 2019 of this year, we conducted a research study to the network that we've built over the last 9 years to see exactly where we were and what was happening within our province. Also, we used this data to give to Creative Sask to show that our sector is in need of funding and support and where we were today. So with that, we went through the research mandate. I'm going to go through our key findings as well as some comments. So the Saskatchewan fashion industry definitely needs a voice, and we're listening. So consulting with the fashion and design community in Saskatchewan, we wanted to find out where they were, their key challenges, and what kind of support that you need the most. So out of our survey, 34 designers responded that are living and working throughout Saskatchewan. Only 76%, which is still a lot, are currently working as a designer in Saskatchewan. Out of that, almost half have only been working in our industry for 2 to 5 years. As you can see, only 10 of 34 have been in the industry for 10 years plus. Again, 10 years ago, we did have minimal opportunities here, and now we are seeing that grow. So where are our designers selling? They're primarily online. They are selling within boutiques, whether they own or are collaborating with a store owner. Marketplaces throughout Canada, their own store, self-promoted pop-up shops, and trade shows. So what we would like to do is really advance those opportunities as well. So more so, where are things being manufactured? So 16 designers hand make their clothing, jewelry, and hats. 3 of the designers manufacture outside of Canada. 2 are outside of Saskatchewan, but in Canada, and only 2 use local suppliers from right here in Saskatchewan. We are here to advance that and create more opportunity right here in Saskatchewan, not only to export, but also to import. So where have they shown outside of Saskatchewan? Vancouver, Park in Calgary, the Western Canadian Fashion Week, Canada Fashion Week, Fashion Incubator in Toronto and Inland Toronto. So obviously our major cities of Canada, we would also like to become one of those major hubs. Outside of Saskatchewan, they've shown in mostly in the United States, so Vegas, Brooklyn, Atlanta, as well as New York. And we also have a few that have taken it to an international level overseas with Amsterdam, Paris, and Prague with the Czech Republic. We would also, within the next 5 years, we'll be working to create more partnerships and opportunities on that level to create those opportunities for you to go, as well as funding. So where did you study and train? So in Saskatchewan, we do have the Academy of Fashion Design School. Some have also went to Yvonne Yen School of Design, or they're self-taught. Most were trained in Vancouver, a few in Washington, a few in Kelowna, as well as one in Los Angeles. And I didn't have it, but we also had 2 people train overseas in Paris and as well as in the Czech Republic. So we clearly need a little bit more education right here in Saskatchewan, so people aren't having to leave to receive that education to further their development. So what services and supports do you need the most? So what we've heard so far is sales and distribution being taught, branding and marketing aid, funding grants and loan opportunities, as well as resources and education. And those are our 4 main pillars that we're going to concentrate on for the first year in ensuring that we're building those opportunities. So the comments that we heard, designers felt the association would greatly assist with collaboration within our sector, providing those educational opportunities, providing information on how to get funding through programs such as STEP and beyond, finding other textile and manufacturing options, whether that's collaborating, whether it's locally made here or even outside of Canada. Creating a forum for feedback, resources, and building that community, so creating that hub and that center for all of the voices to come together. And most of all, they want inclusive and collaborative sectors. So again, working together, not against each other. So then we asked, does Saskatchewan need a fashion association? And 100% of the 34 people said yes. I was really impressed. Okay, so the final, we're going to introduce you to the Saskatchewan Fashion Association. So I also have a cute video. want to give a huge thank you to Nathan here today, who's also recording this, and we're going to be airing this live, hopefully by the middle of next week, so that people that weren't able to make it to Saskatoon or Regina are still able to get this information and learn more about us. But yeah, huge thanks to him for doing our intro video for us as well a couple months ago when we launched. He did an amazing job. Let's play it again. No. Okay, so yes, that was the introduction. I'm going to go through our mission, our guiding principle, the member benefits that we've already set out in place and are rolling out currently, and our 1 to 5 year goals. So this is our brand and our logo that we picked with and are very, very, very excited for. So the SFA is the first registered fashion association within Saskatchewan and Canada. And we are, once again, a membership-based organization, so we are your voice. Creative entrepreneurs within our sector, such as designers, models, stylists, hairstylists, makeup artists, photographers, and all fashion communicators are the primary focus as we assist in the development and promotion of their creative work here at home and beyond. Our mission of the Saskatchewan Fashion Association is to expand awareness of the Saskatchewan-based fashion talent by providing education, training, selling, and showcasing opportunities to the sector, and therefore facilitating business growth on a regional, national, and international level. Our guiding principle are to assist the development and promotion of our industry, to increase the viability and the recognition of the industry as a vital element of the economy and culture identified within the province of Saskatchewan, to operate the highest levels of integrity and stewardship as ambassadors for our sector and province, to support the growth of designers and creative entrepreneurs in reaching their business goals, and to foster a culture of inclusivity and positivity to inspire and empower our fashion sector. Creation, I can't say this word today, this is the third time. Creation over competition. So our strategic plan, our goals and objectives. So number one, as over this first year, we want to release our comprehensive membership offering and benefits to you. We're going to offer one-to-one career consultations, workshops and training, marketing support, export and import assistance, network and showcase opportunities, partnership savings, sales opportunity, and a public directory. We are only as strong as our membership base, and I can't express that enough. Again, we are here for you, to work with you, to be your voice. But without you, we have no voice. So next, we would like to create our online resource center. So this is a membership portal that will be available online, hopefully within the next couple months here, available through saskfashion.com to our members that provide industry-leading opportunities, trade tips provided by mentor and established members, provincial and worldwide resources, and a network directory, education courses in business, marketing, and more, business templates and more, and collaboration groups. So this is for you and the public. On that note, so this will be the back-end membership portal. On the front end of our website, your membership profile will then be featured to the public. So as someone who, let's say, would like to have a wedding gown made, they could go to our website and find a wedding dressmaker. Let's say somebody wanted to find a photographer for their wedding. They can go to our website and find that list of photographers. So we're really excited for that. Number 3 is to create and foster mentorship opportunities for the organization and the sector. So we really want to focus on sales and distribution for clothing, accessories, or retail sector, fashion design and illustration, clothing manufacturing, accounting and tax planning, finance and business planning, e-commerce and online marketing, branding, copyright and design, social media, publicity and messaging, legal, as well as the mindset, leadership, and human resources. We are here to work together. So number 4 would be develop professional development programming for the sector on topics most needed by the community. So we're going to be offering quarterly workshops that are as well recorded and uploaded for easy access provincial-wide. And we will be focusing on topics such as business, marketing, finance, textile, manufacturing, distribution, and more. Number 5 is to develop a plan to further research on the Saskatchewan fashion sector with a provincial-wide scope to create funding opportunities. In order to do this, we'll be sending out annual industry surveys, and at this time, it is so important when we send out these surveys to take the time to answer them completely and honestly. The data will not be shared with anybody amongst us, but that is what we use to go forward with Creative Saskatchewan to get our fashion sector recognized. Without true data, we will not be able to prove our case that it's needed. So number 6 would be to expand our professional network across Canada and beyond in design, marketing, media, and technology for the promotion and growth of our Saskatchewan-based talent. We'll be reaching out to different Fashion Week and organization partnerships worldwide, featured in partner publications. So we already have a lot of those cross-promotion opportunities available. Runway and marketplace showcases, online features and placement, and TV, radio, and print segments. We want to grow. Number 7 will be the research of the manufacturing, distribution, and wholesale opportunities available within Saskatchewan and Canada, being textiles, manufacturing centers right here in Saskatchewan, and distribution opportunities. Number 8, we want to develop retail partnerships between boutiques and shops in Regina, Saskatoon, Prince Albert, and beyond to provide opportunities for designer and artisans to be featured around the province. So this will benefit with marketing content for both the artisans and boutiques, creating more foot traffic for boutiques, and a beautiful boutique for designers who can't afford their own shop to be featured in, as well as the public awareness and accessibility. Number 9 would be to redevelop a new model for the fashion presentation in Saskatchewan. This I'm very excited about. So as both Linda and Carmen had mentioned in theirs, we want to create the opportunity to not only showcase you, but create the opportunity for you to, what's the word I'm looking for? I kind of got lost in my thoughts there. Basically, we're going to create an award show, and we're going to create a standard of practice. We're going to work with the other major cities, which we've already reached out with, in creating associations across Canada to create a national board and create a standard of practice. So this is really important. And then not only that, we're going to be reintroducing our runway show to still provide that opportunity to expand your portfolios. We're going to reintroduce our conference to provide, again, more a higher level education, and as well as our marketplace to create that sales point for you. So who's ready to sign up if you already haven't? So if you'd like to do that right now, membership is free. Right now we are building our membership base in order to have that platform and those resources for you. Again, we are only as strong as our members. So please, I encourage you to go to saskfashion.com and look what we have listed there in a little bit more detail than I'm giving today to see those benefits, and definitely sign up as a member. And within the next few months, we will be launching a very extensive back-end membership portal for that. Once we get that set up, we'll be sending it out to you to complete your profiles. And from there, we're going to start to build those directories. So then you as a member will be able to log into that portal and see other people that you can collaborate with. So now you're not Googling, and now you're not finding other people that maybe nobody has worked with or you don't know, and it's a shot in the dark. You're going to have those tested and tried members to collaborate with on all levels. So takeaways, we are only as strong as our membership. Again, I cannot stress that enough. We want to embrace all the mediums in the fashion industry from across Saskatchewan. We want to move forward with establishing mentors within all areas of the fashion industry. Consistency of education and resources for our members, import and export of Saskatchewan-made goods, growth and expansion to broader horizons is the ultimate goal. Extensive member and industry data, and to be the change to support local and be your voice. So at that time, any questions? No? Perfect. Okay, well then I'd like to say thank you all so much for coming. I really hope that you learned a lot from our speakers. Once again, a huge round of applause to Linda and Carmen for coming here today and speaking with us and sharing all that they've done as a